Peymon who?
Mata Heyday.
Peymon Lata Heyday. Who is he?
Never paid taxes in 30 years. Fought the U.S. tax court and won.
See, I believe our rights come from God, not from government. Hello to my truth and freedom-seeking friends. I am Peymon Mutahide, the president of Freedom Law School, which I started in 1996. And for over 30 years, I have not filed and paid any federal income or payroll taxes, and been teaching Americans like you to do the same legally and safely. Our website is freedomlawschool.org to help you live free now. In this presentation, I will cover this topic that's on top of many people's minds. Why President Trump cannot get rid of the federal income tax without Freedom Law School's help. Because Trump has been putting out these things on Truth Social, like this one that he put out there in April 27th. He said when tariffs cut in, many people's income taxes will be substantially reduced, maybe even completely eliminated. Focus will be on people making less than $200,000 a year, okay? And also massive numbers of jobs are already being created with new plants and factories currently being built or planned, and that it will be a bonanza for America. The external revenue service is happening. So, what's here big? The big thing is focus to eliminate income taxes with a focus on people making under $200,000 a year, okay? And the external revenue service instead of the IRS is happening. Well, so many people think, okay, I don't have to do anything now. Trump can do it. He says he's going to do it. He wants to do it, so he's a doer. He must know it and be able to do it. Not so fast. He cannot do that without Freedom Law School's help. It's not to brag about us or put us up on the pedestal. That's not the issue. The issue is he doesn't know what we know, and you know, many of you know, to be able to do it without going through Congress. Because Congress makes laws in America, people. Remember that? Okay? See, a lot of people buy this idea that Trump, could be like a dictator. But he cannot. Even if he tried, he couldn't. Now that he wants to be a dictator, he cannot change the laws. And he cannot in any way go through Congress to do anything. You see, in 235 years under the Constitution, no president has been able to act autocratically or by himself, because America's savvy founders didn't leave any mechanism for them to do so. Okay? Forget about abolishing the Constitution. The president can't even amend it. Okay? So that's not something Trump can do. To give you further detail, let me remind you all from USA.gov, okay, about how laws are made. Trump cannot make any laws. All those you read are just wishful sentiments, and Congress will not work with them to get rid of the income tax, as you shall see right now, okay? Congress is the lawmaking branch of the federal government. And that's something that many people forget about that, okay? This just shows you how a bill becomes a law. First, they got to produce a bill, to propose a law or change in a law, okay? So that's the first step, which is not a big deal, because bills can be introduced. They go to, before Congress. But here's the thing, okay? If the bill passes one body of Congress, that's like the House of Representatives, it goes to the other body to go through a similar process, research, discussion, changes, and voting. Once both bodies, the House and the Senate, vote to accept the bill, then they must work out the differences between the two versions, because oftentimes they're not the exact same, okay? Then both chambers vote on the same version of the bill again. If it passes or is ratified, they presented to the president, and then the president, after considering the bill, can approve the bill and sign it into law. Okay? So Trump again cannot get rid of the income tax, as he tweeted out, I put it out there on True Social. Okay, as much as he'd like to. He needs you, my friends. Yes, he needs you and me to help him make it happen. Okay? So we'll talk about that shortly. But before I go on, let me share something else. Filibuster is a key thing, okay? But before I get to filibuster, okay, let me explain to you that in the House there's 220 Republicans and 213 Democrats. In the Senate, you have 53 Republicans and 45 Democrats, okay? The two independents are basically socialists, and they work with the Democrats, who are really socialists anyways, to begin with, okay? So the problem is that you got too many Democrats and Republicans who are against tariffs. Tariffs is going to be king ingredient of the getting rid of income tax. Okay? Here, in April, Senator McConnell joined Senators Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and Rand Paul. Except Rand Paul, they're all rhinos. Rand Paul is a true libertarian in rejecting Trump's emergency declaration regarding his 25% tariffs on Canadian imports. Okay, those three senators started with the Democrats again on Wednesday. Okay, so you got to get through. You can't make it half the senators to approve of that with this situation. And if you look at it further, the filibuster makes it even worse. What's a filibuster? Well, it's a procedure in the U.S. Senate that has increased dramatically its use in recent decades. Okay, so here's what the filibuster basically is. Once a bill goes to a vote to the Senate floor, because it wants the states to ratify it, it requires a simple majority of 51 votes to pass after the debate has ended. However, there is a catch. Before it can get to a vote, it actually takes 60 votes to call off a debate or filibuster. Okay, filibusters, somebody says, I object to this. So this is why, a 60-vote supermajority is now considered a de facto, practically a minimum for passing legislation in the Senate. So in the Senate, you need 60 votes. There's no way Trump is going to get 60 Democrat Republicans to say, get rid of the income tax, bid tariffs, and other taxes on foreigners, which what he should be doing, and Freedom Law School can help him do exactly that, and he wants to do, okay? So eventually, this will look like if he gets with Freedom Law School. Yes. Because all Trump has to do is what you will see right now that he doesn't know he can do. He can go and order, executive order, to put this on the front page of the IRS's website at irs.gov. Something like this. A message from United States President Donald Trump to the American people. Trump, American individuals and employers can stop filing, paying, and withholding federal income taxes. Okay? People of the 50 United States of America have never been liable to file or pay federal income and payroll taxes. Okay? Employees, you can take this notice to your employer to stop all federal income and payroll taxes being withheld from your paychecks. Employers, you can stop withholding federal income and payroll taxes from your employees' paychecks. Okay? For further legal details, click on the links below. Of course, he'll have that. View details if you're an employee, view details if you're an employer. So this is what he could do. He could write a letter to Congress before he does this. He said, look, I'm going to give you 90 days to do something about the income tax because it's been a deception, lie of the deep state recently discovered. He doesn't have to say Freedom Law School. That's okay. Not necessary. But the only one knowing about this and teaching it is Freedom Law School. So he's going to tell Congress, look, I'll give you 90 days, or let's say 120 days, whatever, several months, to look at these laws that are the laws as written by Congress that clearly show we've been ripped off by our own government, enslaved. I'm going to either, if you cannot show me I'm wrong, I'm going to stop the enforcement of income tax and payroll taxes. Show me where I'm wrong. You write the law, Congress. It's your laws that I am enforcing. So if I'm going to execute those laws faithfully, you're the one that should correct me if I'm wrong about it. If you don't correct me, you need to come up with a plan to fund the federal government, cut spending, and bring revenue in. Okay, the ball is in the court of Congress, not the President Trump. It's not his fault. Anything goes wrong, it's Congress's fault for not acting. And Trump can tell American people, vote out these people who are not willing to stop the ripoff of you, the American people. By the way, Trump can and should and will propose taxing foreigners. I'm just going to give a few examples. Besides taxing tariffs, imports, he can tax immigrants. That's right. Immigrants can come to America, but guess what? You'll have a permanent resident green card, and you'll be on that basis for 20 years or 40 years or whatever, and you're going to pay income tax for the privilege of having become an American citizen. Until that time, you're considered a citizen of Washington, D.C. That's right. You're a D.C. citizen for legal purposes, for the privilege we gave you, and you pay income tax. 50% income tax. And guess what? They gladly will. Yes. You know, I go to beaches in Florida, and all the mates at the hotels were from Cuba, El Salvador, Mexico, some other foreign country, you know, because there's no jobs. People are starving. For them, they say, no problem. I'll pay 50% tax. And typically, they paid the smugglers $10,000 up front to get them to America, plus other costs oftentimes. Here, they don't have any upfront costs, just from application costs. Okay, say whatever, $500 or $1,000 to apply, and all you gotta do is just pay their share. The first generation can pay income tax. Now, immigrants are welcomed in America because they're the ones that free for people that are already here, and that's the way it should be. Tax on imports. Tax on people who want to visit America. America is a Disneyland of the world. It's the most beautiful country, the biggest, that's most usable land and properties and all kind of goodies. And that people want to come visit us. You can tax the tourists. You can tax college, university students. Harvard, Yale, all these people. You don't go educate a foreigner. You go educate an American. You want to have a foreigner in your university? Guess what? You're going to pay a tax. Harvard and Yale. Oh, by the way, so will you, the student. You have to pay tax for that also. So all of these things. Oh, how about the fact that $5 million expedited citizenship, right? Millionaires of the world and billionaires will come to America. Okay, they might pay $5 million one time or $50 million. But guess what? As American, they become income tax free. some of our France, Germany, Italy, China, all these other countries, they say, hey, I'm an American. And therefore, I'm subject to American tax laws, which is zero. All these ways of bringing tax money from foreigners can happen. But Congress cannot get those laws, do anything with Congress because he has a bare majority in the House. 220 Republicans to 13 Democrats. And with all the rhinos in Congress and Senate, there's no way he can do anything, all that by himself. So what you want to do is support Trump in what his goal is. And that is what? Educate yourself why this is not a 10-for income tax for you. It's a D.C. income tax. You're not from Washington, D.C. The 10-for instructions tell you that. The Code of Federal Regulations tell you that U.S. citizens got to pay income tax. And U.S. citizens are who? For tax purposes, these are D.C. citizens. Tax law defines the United States and state as D.C. Those are the people that got to pay income tax, not you or me, the people of the 50 states. And the Supreme Court has declared clearly in tax cases like this one in 1917, when it comes to tax law, there is no assuming taxes exist. The burden of proof is on the government to clearly have the law show what's taxed. And if it's not there clearly that you've been taxed, it does not apply to you, and any doubt goes most strongly against the government's power to tax. And we have these petitions that outline all this for Congress, okay, that you should have written already for free on our website, freedomlawschool.org. Expose the swamp. Tell the swamp about it. The law is written in there, exact verbatim from government's own official legal websites. And at the end of these petitions, guess what? Not only the law is listed at the end of them, like you see right here, but also attached. So there's no question. This is a law that Congress must act on. You need to do your part, writing your Congress members, educate them, demand that they take action, demand that they follow the law that Congress has written. I didn't write the law. Congress has written. So you gotta keep putting pressure on congressmen to follow and enforce the law that they have passed. It's already there. And then on top of that, people, we gotta go and educate people that, look, you gotta stop putting the rope around your neck with signing those 1040 confession trap forms. That is not what you want to do, because you confess you owe the IRS money under oath. That's how the IRS comes and rapes you. Okay? This is something you do to yourself when you sign under oath under penalty of perjury that you owe the IRS on those 1040 forms. You can stop the automatic withholding from your paycheck for free on our website. Yes, go here on the right. Okay, right here, the menu comes up. The third item is free yourself from tax withholding. Click on that, and instructions are there for you for free to stop income tax stealing by your employee from out of your paycheck. You can do that yourself, folks, very easily. It's there for free. But most importantly, people, we need you. We need you to reawaken in yourself or nurture that America's founding fathers' attitude that you have. And get together with them. Get together with each other like they did to restore freedom. Stop paying income taxes and payroll taxes, FICA, Social Security taxes that you never legally owed in the first place. You stop feeding the swamp. Instead, take a portion of that and put that in the freedom movement. That's what our Restore Freedom Plan is all about restoring freedom. That's what the Founding Fathers did, but they put their lives, their honor, and sacred honor, and everything fortune on the line. But you don't have to do that at all. You have our guarantee that you'll be protected from the IRS 100% if you become part of the solution and contribute to the Restore Freedom plan. Okay? And then the beautiful part is you can become a modern day Paul Revere and arm your fellow Americans, family members, co-workers, friends with the truth, with the law to restore America and American families to their greatness. Okay? By just telling them, educating them. Okay? That's all you got to do. Okay? And once you do that, folks, our movement is unstoppable. Love and spread the truth. And our message will get to Trump as well. I'm going to put together this summer a special petition for all of you to send to Donald Trump and ask him to work with Freedom Law School to enforce the income tax law as written now and eliminate the misapplication of the federal income and payroll taxes to the people of the 50 states who never owed the federal income and payroll taxes to begin with. So meanwhile, I invite you to join hands with each other. Yes, all of you come together. Rather than being alone by yourself, come together. You're much more powerful as a movement. That's what the Founding Fathers did. To reach out to Donald Trump, educate and support him, drain the swamp, and restore freedom in America once again with no more income taxes. Okay? And America can have a glorious, who knows, 80 years again. The same way President Jackson in 1833 killed the privately owned Second Bank of the United States. And that ushered in 80 years of America not having a central bank that makes money out of thin air, privately owned central bank, like the Federal Reserve, without that for 80 years. So this is how Trump can truly make America great again. And this is your opportunity, my friend, to be involved with all this. My job is to inform and empower you. Your job is to educate yourself. Go to our website, freedomlawschool.org. Go through the 7 steps to free yourself of the IRS. As you drive around, play our videos. Go to work, go back home, play our videos. Watch the road while you listen, and then when you get to work, watch them on your smartphone again or computer. Go home, again, watch the videos this time as they play, and know, wow, I know what's going on. I want to be free, and I want to take part in this peaceful restoration of America to greatness once again. So with that, I give you my love, and I wish all of you curiosity to know the truth, love of the truth, so you can enlighten and empower yourself to be free with prosperity and joy with you and family